What's goody? It's your host Jay Rose, as always, and the Eastern Conference sucks. The Eastern Conference is really bad to start off this NBA season, and we gotta talk about it. Let's get into it. Over 90% of the people that watch my content are not subscribed, so if you're messing with the videos, please hit that sub button and the noti bell so you'll get notified every time I upload. But let's get back to the hoops. So I would like to bring this alarming stat to your attention. The Eastern Conference is 10-26 against the Western Conference this season. The Eastern Conference is 10-26 against the Western Conference this season. Let's make it even worse. I know that putting those numbers in your face, you know what I'm saying, might not resonate how it's supposed to. Let's go look at the Eastern Conference and see how bad they are. So right here, we have the Eastern Conference standings. And as you can see, let me move over a little bit. As you can see, we have two teams that are dominating, completely over 500. We have one unbeaten team and we have an 8-2 team. After that, we have the Knicks, who are literally 500, and these are the only winning records in the Eastern Conference. I don't even think I would consider this 500 record a winning record, but it's a playoff record, so I'll give it that. Everybody else is under 500. The Hornets are the 4th seed right now, which is concerning. I love that for the Hornets. I love that LaMelo Ball and Brandon Miller are getting their wins up very early in the season. 4th seed, but like I said, that's not a winning record. The Nets, who everyone thought were going to be probably the worst team in basketball coming up in this season, 5th seed. The Pacers, 4-5. The Pistons, who were the worst team in basketball last season, 4-6. The Magic without Paolo, 4-6. The Hawks, 4-6. The Heat, the Bulls, the Wizards, and then the most concerning two of the bunch, who I'm telling you right now, I'm letting you know right now, this 76ers team is getting, that's probably going to be the next video that I'm making. And then the Bucks is probably going to be the video right after that. So I'm going to be very brief about these two teams. The Sixers, man, I don't know, man. Y'all are just cursed. Like, everyone's getting hurt. You haven't played one healthy game. Joel Embiid's supposed to make his debut. Now Maxi's going to be out for a couple weeks. Paul George just came back, and I'm very not impressed with how he's been playing. You look at the Bucks, Dame and Giannis take turns having great games and then shit games, and even when they do have great games, they haven't been able to pull it out. They've gotten a lot of very close games. Their schedule has been pretty tough, but they've also lost to a lot of bad teams as well, so I can't even give them a pass for that. You're the reason why the Hawks have a 3rd or 4th win. You're the reason why the Nets have a 4th win, because you didn't beat those teams, and you're supposed to be beating those teams. The Raptors aren't healthy. The Wizards suck. The Bulls aren't that good. The Heat are mightily disappointing. Bam Adebayo has been horrible to start the season. I'm very disappointed in Bam. The Atlanta Hawks, I'm low-key surprised with. I think Zachary Ricochet has been a lot better than I thought he would be, even though he is the number 1 pick, which is very funny to say. Jalen Johnson is taking the leap that a lot of people said he would take and is looking like the most improved player, lead candidate right now. The Magic looked awesome to start the season out. Honestly, this is only because Paolo is hurt. They've also won a couple games with Paolo hurt, though. This team is obviously one of the best teams in the Eastern Conference if Paolo plays. Paolo looks like a superstar player these days. So, yeah, I'm not really too worried about the Magic. When Paolo gets back, I feel like that's going to be okay. I just want the Pistons to take their stride. This is a team I wasn't expecting to come in and win a ton of games. I thought they were good enough to not be the worst team in basketball, but they're 4-6. They're 7th seed right now, so hopefully build on that. It's kind of hard to talk about a lot of these teams considering that they all are having losing records. Like, you're the 4th seed, but you suck. Like, we got to go back to the tweet, bro. 10-26 against the Western Conference. Let me just finish talking about the East real quick, so then we can go look at the West for a quick second. We got the New York Knicks, who are 500. I skipped a couple teams, right? I talked about the Hornets. I talked about the Nets. Cam Thomas is going off. Dennis Schroeder is also going off. Pacers, I don't know what's good with Tyrese Halliburton. He does not look good at all. So Benedict Mathurin looks really good, though. So I like seeing that. I think they'll probably turn it around and have a better record in these coming weeks. The Knicks, Jalen Brunson has been okay to start the season. I think his efficiency hasn't been the greatest. I think defenses are definitely collapsing on him a lot harder, and he's going to have to adjust. I know he will. He's just getting his stride right now. I know he's going to have a better end to the season, or it's still the beginning. He's just going to have a better season. Mikal Bridges has not looked like the acquisition that they really needed. It looked like they did a little too much in the offseason looking at Mikal Bridges, because giving up all those picks for a guy who's really just not producing at a high level right now is kind of concerning. The big bodega cat, he's been going off though. Karl Anthony Towns has been doing a lot for this team. Oh, I thought he did a lot better last game. Oh, they lost. This is the 4th. That's not their last game. When was their last game? Here, against the Bucks. And Karl-Anthony Towns had 32 and 17. He's had a pretty decent stretch. Not every game has been his best game, but he's definitely been putting in pain for the New York Knicks, and I think that's been a great acquisition for them. And then obviously we got the Celtics, who were supposed to be favorites coming into this season anyway, so an 8-2 record to start the season doesn't surprise me. What does surprise me is the Cleveland Cavaliers, who I didn't think were going to be this good. I knew they were going to be good. I also thought the Eastern Conference was going to be a little more regular looking and not 10 and 26 against the West. But regardless, here come the Cavs, and they're 10 and 0, super hot start, first 10 and 0 start in Cav history. Hey man, shout out D-Mitch. Shout out D-Mitch. I'm happy for my guy. I was talking all that talk in off season, but I wanted everybody to understand I never said this team was bad. I just think once we get to the playoffs that they're not going to have the same amount of easy success and easy offense. I think they get cracked down on really easily in the playoffs, and I'd love for them to prove me wrong. I would love it, but I'm just basing it on what I've seen these past couple of years. Regardless, and then we go to the Western Conference, and look at this, bro. 8-1, 8-1, 7-2, 6-3, 6-3, 6-4, 5-4, 5-4, 5-4, 5-4. The Mavericks have played like shit, and we're still 5-4. How the hell 5-4 would be the 3rd seed in the Eastern Conference right now? The 11th seed is 5-4. The Spurs are 4-5, and that 4-5 12th seeded Spurs would be the 4th seed in the Eastern Conference. We got to get rid of conferences. We got to get rid of conferences. I'm sorry. We got to get rid of conferences. This is not okay. This is so not okay. I'm not going to lie to you. Like, it should be 1, 2, 3, 4, and then just give me the rest of the West, because the Eastern teams right now are not playing playoff basketball. These are the 3 Eastern teams that probably would get a playoff spot, and everybody else is chalk. Not even 4-4 is not making the playoffs, because 5-4 is not making the playoffs. So, I mean, as is right now. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about playoffs. It's only a couple of games. Obviously, the most games played is like 10. So I'm not harping on it too much. Obviously, everything is subject to change. We're only in the 2nd week of the season, but right now it does not look good for the Eastern Conference, and I do believe that the NBA should probably get rid of conferences. I'm just saying. I think it would be a lot more entertaining seeing all the best teams in the league in the playoffs rather than the best teams from the East and the best teams from the West, because on any given year you can get a team that's really an outlier and they got like 39 wins and they don't deserve to be there, especially because of the play-in tournament. That's just my opinion though. You let me know what you think about this in the comment section down below, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.